My name is Andrew from Pagefire, and you're watching RichardMetalFan.
Hey, what's up, guys? Bring you guys another episode of Richard Metal Fan Interviews. Kind of a different one from the normal ones. I have some YouTubers. One of my favorite YouTubers I finally get to interview. I'm interviewing the guys from the Pagefire YouTube channel. So, how are you guys doing today?
Hi, we're doing fine.
We're doing fine.
Yeah, it's great. I
Pretty
think
good.
this is the first, like, I guess y'all's first ever interview.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
I mean,
Technically,
Andrew,
yeah,
you did some text-based interviews, but I think this is the first video interview we
first
ever
video
done.
interview.
Yeah, an
Uh-huh.
exclusive one because I've been watching you guys for like about 5 years, and I've been a fan of you guys since then. And it's been one of my favorite YouTube channels. Every time I see an upload, I'm like, "Yep, Page Fires strikes again."
Yes. Oh, that's sweet.
Really
Oh
appreciate to
yeah,
hear that.
No
Thank you.
more.
yeah, it's so great. So, kind of what I want to talk about is like y'all's origins, like how you all first got into metal. So, do you all remember like the first time you heard the bit? What got you into metal? So, who wants to go first?
Andrew?
Me. So my experience with heavy metal was technically through Guitar Hero. My family is very plain and basic when it comes to their music taste. No offense, mom. I love ABBA, but it was too little too light for me. So Guitar Hero games were like my main introduction to the genre. So that's where I discovered on Guitar Hero 3, discovered Slayer, Metallica, Tenacious D, and the rest.
Yeah.
And then it just sort of grew out of there. I was kind of in the mainstream metal scene. And then someone made a mistake of showing me this band called Lordi.
Oh,
They have that
Because
song
they're-
"Rock Hard Hallelujah."
yes.
I heard
Yeah.
that. It was like there was somebody made like a fan made music video from like a video game and it had that song in there. I was like, "What is this?" And I don't know. That's like the one song I heard from them, and I like, wow, this is awesome.
Mm.
It was actually Blood Red Sandman because I recognized the music video was an homage to the Evil Dead movies. So I just shook him and said, "What's the name of that band? What's the name of the band?" And then I did the searching, got addicted, and yeah, that's basically where my metal addiction got from there to the more obscure stuff.
All right. What about you guys?
I think for me it would be from when I was 11. A friend of mine introduced me to AC/DC, and I gave it a lesson, and because of that, I simply was learn how to play the guitars. And a year later, I discovered Black Sabbath,
Oh,
then Ozzy
jeez.
Osbourne,
Rest in
and
peace,
then
the legend.
during junior high school, I was introduced to more extreme metal bands like Children of Bodom, Ensiferum, and then eventually power metal. A year later, progressive metal, and then melodic death metal, and and here I am at the
Just
right now.
collecting all the genres in the list.
Yes.
Yeah, basically.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, because when I discovered the guitars, I was like, what's this genre? I want to learn how to play that. Okay,
Yeah.
what's this? I want to learn that too, and so on and so on.
Yeah. And what about you,
It's Annalena.
Annalena? What about you,
Yeah, but I
Annalena?
usually just go by AL for short.
All right. How'd you get into metal?
So I was a bit of a late bloomer when it came to metal. Like I've always been singing, and I think I would like to say I have a varied music taste. I think what got me into metal was actually I think Alice Cooper was the first artist that really got me into more like darkly themed music, and then I was really into Black Sabbath for a while, and then it all kind of snowballed from there. And I think it was when we got together then I really got to, or you held my hand through the dark hellscape of metal, and I got addicted basically. So he's my, what's the word I'm looking for?
Gateway.
Influence.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
All right. All right. And then I guessing for you, Andre, when did like the Pagefire YouTube channel come to be? Like what sort of like inspired you to be like, I want to make a YouTube channel?
So the YouTube channel actually started as a variety channel. Like if you go through the history from oldest to newest, the original idea was that we were as three guys, and each of us had a very specific interest. I was music, one was book, and another was games, and we all liked movies. So the idea was that we would make these sort of high production videos about what we're interested in. and then just sit together on a couch and just shoot the shit when we watched a random movie. And then accidentally, my videos got way too popular. Like, it got a little sad because the Norwegian black metal video ended up getting 100,000 views, and one of the book videos didn't even go over 1,000. So,
yeah. So is that
then
sort
it
of like
just
the
kinda-
moment to like shift it to be just music only?
yeah, I will say the one that was interested in games ended up being way too busy. He had this thing called check note job. So he did not have time to show up that much and do his gaming videos. Plus, he wasn't used to the script writing process. And the book review one just slowly lost interest over time. And I think it didn't help that, no, the book reviewers' videos barely got over 200, 300, and mine just kept blowing up.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's interesting. Like I was going through all your stuff. I remember like your first video was the 0 subscribers special. I thought that was kind of interesting because there's always YouTubers that do like 1,000 or even like 1,000,000 subs, but 0 subs. I thought that's very almost kind of like original in a way. So how did that come to be like the first video?
I will say it was not my idea because we wanted to be like the anti-YouTubers where we would do like everything weird and wrong. So the idea was that we expected no one to watch our videos. Therefore, we would only do one special, the 0 subscriber special.
All right.
Accidental YouTubers.
Yeah.
Accidentally.
Yeah. And then of course, like the first one the other one I want to talk about is the how to make videos. Like, how did that come to be? Because I remember the first one was the grindcore one. Like, where did the idea come to be to be like, I want how to make like the parody kind of like subgenres?
Yeah, so the parody aspect is that YouTube already has this kind of genre of parody tutorials. And the main one I draw inspiration from that I want everyone to check out is Frank JFC. He was actually my introduction to that culture of satire music tutorials. He would do videos about obscure electronic genres like vaporwave and witch house, but with heavy, heavy layers of irony. Like the whole joke of the witch house video was that he filmed it on Halloween, so there's just Halloween decoration all over his house, and he's also very dry about the humor. But it was also both a good blend of education and comedy, because it was both a serious tutorial, like if you watch his how to make trap video, it's actually a good tutorial on how to make trap music, but then it goes off the rail when he starts rapping about government being overrun by lizard people. So, and of course there were all the YouTubers who did like metal comedy, like Jared Dines and
yeah,
Jared Dines. There's another one thinking about Rob Scallon. My idea was just, what if Frank JFC and Rob Scallon had a baby? That's the Pagefire how to make videos.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And then of course, like I want to talk about like the how to make Norwegian black metal, which is of course you guys' most popular video with over 750,000 views. Like, did you feel like you guys were like onto something when you made that video?
Nope.
I can't really say that much because I wasn't part of the Pagefire crew when they had to make black metal was created.
No, that was before, I think a year or two before we joined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
that's on you, Andre.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how did you all like first meet?
Oh, that's a story.
me
Martin,
and
you can tell
Andre-
that.
Yeah.
Okay, you first, Andre.
No, you first.
Okay.
No, you.
Well, we met at
This is how it always is.
whatever. Basically, we met at the Institute for Music Production and sound for film editing, etc., etc.
You were both attending the music part of it.
Yeah. And then we saw each other like, another metalhead. He is probably attending music studies.
Yeah,
And
I
we were
remember when I saw you at the cinema that we met up for like the first day of activities. I remember seeing you in the distance, and I just kind of wowed to you and said, "You look like a music guy."
We always find each other.
Yep.
Nice.
Hey, you want to be like a really shy guy trying to approaching a sweet girl or something.
You look like a metalhead.
Yeah.
I think the first time when I met you, Andre, was when I think you guys had like a sound making project. I think it was supposed to be like an audiobook, and you needed voice actors, so you brought me along to do voices for a part of it. And then I remember we sat down and played Cards Against Humanity out in the hallway. And we bonded because you had a Psycho Stick t-shirt on or something.
Yeah. Love that
We
band.
both just looked at each other and said, "My car is a piece of shit."
And the rest is history. Friends forever.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that was like 7 years ago.
Actually 10 years to next year.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah. So it's still around Norway.
Each other for 10 years.
Yeah. Because y'all live in Norway. Like, how far is like everybody from each other?
So now, like after we moved, it's like an hour away from where Andre lives. So
yeah, because it's in Oslo, right? That's like the main HQ.
That's the Pagefire HQ.
Yeah, cool. And then I also love the how to make new metal. That was funny enough. The first ever video I discovered you guys on, it was just like randomly during the pandemic. I just the YouTube recommendations, the algorithm sort of pushed that video, and I was like, "What is this?" And then checked you guys out, and ever since then, I've been a fan, and I've seen almost every upload since.
Oh,
thank you.
Yeah, that was. I think that's the video where people didn't really get that it was a joke because people were so offended because I think you really hammered down like on new metal.
Yeah, and it was kind of funny because that's the first metal subgenre I heard. I remember hearing like Korn, Slipknot, Linkin Park. Yeah. Those were like my gateways when I was like 10, 11, and since then discovered the bands that I currently listen to now.
Yeah,
it makes sense. It was the kind of era that we grew up in.
Yeah, and I'm still enjoying some new metal acts as well, even today.
Oh yeah,
I like, for example, I still like old Linkin Park.
Yeah, like Hybrid Theory and Meteora both still slap.
Yeah. And we definitely don't forget about System of a Down either.
Yeah, that was the gateway for me. Like hearing Chop Suey when I was like 12 years old, and that pretty much got me into metal.
Yeah, and the thing that made them stick out, they blended the new metal metal aesthetics with old folk music from their homelands.
Yeah, because I know they're all of like of Armenian heritage, and I remember even like hearing Chop Suey, even though now it's become like a meme, but it's still classic.
For example, just listen to the end of Aerials. You hear that sort of tribal jam.
Yeah, I heard that's like actually a hidden track, Arto.
Yeah, it's if you have the original album, it's hidden in the Aerials song.
Yeah, but somehow it's like iTunes sort of like lists as a separate thing. Yeah,
and sometimes they accidentally combine them. So you have like Aerials, which is like a 3-4 minute song. Then you have like a whole minute of silence where you're like, why is there no more music? And then that bonus track just sort of creeps in on you, which is cool the first time, but annoying when you get to the silence. Like, when's the next song?
Yeah, that's like that for some albums I've heard. Yeah, and then of course like the actual like making like the song parodies. Like, how does that whole like writing and recording process like? Because I listen to those parodies and they unironically slap.
Yes, thank you.
The songs
we get that a lot.
Yeah.
People who told me like, oh, sorry.
Yeah, and that's fine. I was gonna say the songwriting is not at my max potential. Like, for example, the grindcore songs and the black metal song, I literally just thought of like, here's a riff, here's the drums, here's the bass, here's some cringy lyrics, done. And a lot of the episodes are written like that. It's just like, here's an idea, here's an idea, here's an idea. But it's never like fully thought out to be like the ultimate song. It's just like, what is funny to me to do in this genre? But it's always funny to see people say like, this is like better than 90% of everything in this scene. I'm just like, I'm not even in this scene. How did I do it?
We just what's that we usually call it is high quality shit posting.
Yeah.
Nice.
For example,
I remember when we did I think it was stoner metal, and we were sitting around like brainstorming. It was like, okay, what should a stoner metal song be about? And one of us just said, I just want another fucking pizza, man. And that became like the chorus of the song.
Yeah.
Another fun fact about the stoner metal song, it's actually 4 minutes and 20 seconds long.
Yeah, yeah. You just tried to. Did you actually? Was that intended, or did it
Yeah,
just happen?
That was intentional.
that
Yeah.
was
Holy-
intentional.
Yeah. Did you?
Yes.
How did you like try to like make it like last that long? Because that had to be hard.
Patience.
Well, basically, when you have we got the verse, chorus, solo, and then I had this idea of, okay, what if the stoner guy in the song suddenly gets chased by cops? So the song gets faster, and then I timed the BPM to the last Rest in Pepperoni Man till it ended exactly on 420. And I also told my audio engineer, just cut it exactly at 420. Don't give a shit about the reverb and all that. Just cut it straight. And therefore, we got exactly 420.
Nice, nice. And one thing I thought, like, because especially with those how to make videos, like you kind of go like all out with like the production. I even remember like watching the how to make thrash metal, especially with breaking the lava lamp and stuff. How did that come to be? Yeah, I think Martin like ate some of that or something.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it was a glow stick.
That was the inside of a glove stick.
Oh, I thought that was
Do
the
not
actual.
I
I
do
thought it was the
not
actual
recommend
lava
to
lamp or
that.
something.
Yeah, you had to like wash your mouth out, and
Yeah.
it was really nasty. So
I had the glove stick flavor in the mouth for a couple of days after that.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was kind of the Jackass episode because we were down in the basement of one of our other members' former job, I believe. We shot a couple of music videos there, and we just found a lot of junk that we could just smash up, like your old speaker, Andre, and some old basses, and yeah, it was just chaos.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
and
if I remember correctly, that was actually the first video you put me in charge of the songwriting.
yeah, I was just like, okay, Martin, give me some riffs, give me some lyrics. Good luck.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and then of course I want to talk about because I know you guys have started Neconomicon.
Yeah.
I heard it was just like originally it was going to be part of like a skit thing, but then it just evolved into like an actual like band. How did that idea come to be to have you guys like start like kind of like a video a metal band based out of like video games and stuff?
And
Well,
Ray?
definitely, yeah, me. So yeah, how to make Nintendo Core was the ground zero for the
Yes.
band.
Where's the any
Because-
button? I can quote your videos like I quote your videos religiously. That's how much of a fan I am.
Oh,
Side note, I always love it when I hear from people who say like, yeah, I quote this all the time. For example, when the folk punk video came out, which has a song title, "But Now I Have to Go to War," someone told me that at the bar they work at, when they have to go do something important, they will always sing, "Now I have to go to war." Anyway, now I'm digressing. So yeah, Necronomicon, that came from How to Make Nintendo Core, where I was just kind of writing the song during the pandemic alone. So I just kind of got these dumb ideas of, okay, here's a song with a bunch of Mario references and sound effects. But I was actually planning on having a B-side. That B-side is Water Temple in My Dreams, which is why it's a separate single. But then I kind of got the idea of doing, okay, what if I did it as an EP? What if I did it as an album, as a joke? And then came the idea of, what if I just do a whole band around this song? And the main idea came from the fact that I saw that the song was getting more and more and more popular on streaming. I think it got 250,000 streams, Those Creatures from Ganon. Yeah, got 250,000 before I moved it to Necronomicon. So I basically saw that and said, there is some potential here.
Nice. And then tell me about making like the self-titled album and which came out like 2022. So what was that like experience like making like the first album?
Like so before it became a band, basically I would just throw out song ideas at myself, being like, okay, what sounds cool? What doesn't sound cool? What would be like interesting to put like pieces together? Like that's where Ghost Maze came from. Ghost Maze was the idea of, okay, I'm gonna take Pac-Man and make it a supernatural horror song about being lost in space and wanting to find your lover across space and time. Same thing happened with Dismantle. I was playing I was playing Dead by Daylight, which has an achievement called Dismantle, and I saw that. And because in the game, when you're on a hook, if you press the button fast, it looks like you're dancing. So the idea came from, we're dancing on a meat hook. Like that's just a little introduction to how my brain works when I'm writing a song. It's just like, I see this idea. What if that idea plus song?
Yeah.
And of course, it was all made with like session musicians, specifically Kylie Brielle, who is an amazing vocalist. But I also knew that if I wanted to make it a band, I couldn't have someone from America sing all the songs for me. And that's where Martin and Aline came in.
Yeah. And it was. And how'd you all like get involved with the project?
I
Well,
asked Martin, "Do you want to play guitar?" And he said yes.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, and he asked me, "Do you want to sing?" And I was like, "Yes." Fun fact: I didn't know how to growl before this, so I actually got in touch with a vocal coach and learned to growl in order to join the band.
Oh shit, that's insane.
So I've been only doing that since that would be 2022 when we started.
Yeah. And still growling strong.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
I think didn't you learn to growl before I asked you to join Economicon, or am I misremembering?
I think it was like right before, because I think I started like I don't remember exactly when you asked me to join, but I think we started to. Oh yeah. We did one of the Pagefire videos, which was one hit 10 genres, and we were doing a little segment with melodic death metal, and then I wanted to do like a kind of arch enemy type thing. So that was the first time I ever did growl on like a video, and then I worked with my vocal coach. Shout out to Katarina, and just kind of found my little beasts, like she says.
Yeah.
What is also funny is that Annalena is hidden in Necronomicon's first album and the Metal Waves EP. Like,
That's
I know
true.
Martin Annalena does shouts in speedrunning and another song I forgot.
Zombified Hyperlinks.
Zombified, yeah. And then for the EP Midnight Danger, because the song is about a female serial killer, I was like, I kind of need a female voice for this. And as much as I was tempted to hire Kylie again, I was like, I'm gonna give Annalena a try.
Yeah.
And then
And it's
that was
probably the
so
best
good.
choice.
Thank you.
I think it
And
was
I
that
was so
moment.
starstruck for that song because we were working with Craig Cairns, who we also hired for How to Make
Craig.
Power Metal. And he's a really talented singer. Like, his band just got signed to, was it Nuclear Blast?
Napalm Death.
No, Napalm Death, sorry.
No, Napalm.
Napalm Records.
What
Potato,
you said. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know though they're mostly a power metal kind of label.
Yeah, they are, but yeah. Anyway, and I think recently had COVID before that, so I think I recorded my part like 3 times because I had really struggled with my voice after that. So I was like, it has to be perfect.
Yeah,
So
can't
yeah,
half-ass it.
Yeah, no, I can't half-ass anything.
Yeah, you
That's
can't
also-
really
We
be
are
doing
all
this shit.
perfectionists in our own way.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
What?
We are all perfectionists in our own way.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah, and then of course I like the second album, Choose Your Fighter. Did you like I'm guessing for you, Annalena and Martin wanted to contribute more than he did on the self-titled?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the idea behind the album, like the title Choose Your Fighter, was like now it's not just one brain, it's 5. Which means that we have to compromise and we all have to contribute. So it was like choose your fighter. Like, which one do we have?
Kind of like in Street Fighter or some shit.
Yeah, it's very like the album cover and everything. It was very like thinking like Street Fighter and like classic fighter games. Like we're all on the cover, like dressed as fighting game characters.
Nice.
So it was kind of like a double pun or like a double meaning behind that all.
Yeah, which I also really enjoyed because back then one of my favorite games was actually Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, same. Fatality.
Mm-hmm. So we wanted to keep with the gaming references, but also like make it a bit more personal. Some of the songs, like our drummer Tobias wrote a couple of songs, and we all helped. I think the first one that we released for that album was
Race of Life.
Race of Life, yeah. Which, if you've heard a song and you watch the video, how to make Nintendo Core, it's actually played. That little intro riff is actually played in the video, and you made a song out of it, Andre.
Yeah. When we became a band, I was kind of pitching demo ideas, and as I was rewatching How to Make Nintendo Core, because fun fact, sometimes I like to sneak in future songs in the video, not on purpose, but because sometimes I hear like a melody that I quickly improvised and said, hold on, I could do something. For example, one of the in-between bits had the synth that went pop, 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 and that became Curse Kirby later on, and someone noticed like, hold on. And I wanted to do that same thing, like same hold on. So I took that little melody I just quickly improvised and wrote a racing song around it.
Yeah. Yeah, and of course you also have Alexander and Tobias playing with you. So how did they end up joining up with Necronomicon?
So Alex was a friend of a friend.
Yes, and we were searching for a bass player, and I fondly remembered that he recently had quit the band, if I remember correctly.
Or got yeah.
Just finished off with another band, and I asked him if he would be interested to join the band. And later, he listened to the album, was like, "Dude, I feel these songs are too technical for me." So I was like, "Dude, don't worry, just prioritize these 2 or 3 songs, and we will take it from there."
Yeah.
And the rest is history.
Yeah, and have you guys like played live like around like Norway and stuff?
Yeah, we have now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How did we find him again?
I found him actually.
Yeah.
Technically, he found you.
Yeah, we found each other. So as Martin found Alex, I was telling Martin like, okay, we need to find a drummer. Problem is, Norway, Oslo, despite being a huge city, has like limited amount of drummers. So it's very common for one drummer to be in 10 different bands. But then I remember, as I was trying to like think of how to find a drummer, I remembered around the release of How to Make Nintendo Core, there were 2 guys who went to the Music Institute that me and Martin went on. One of them asked to borrow some Pagefire songs for an assignment. I sent him a song, and then his friend asked, "Hey, that guy asked you for demos. Can I ask you for demos?" That guy was Tobias. So I sent him those creatures, the Nintendo Core song, and his mix was actually like really good. In fact, alternative history. If I didn't choose Theodore to mix the first album, Tobias would have joined Necronomicon much earlier. Because Martin and Lena, I remember showing you guys the 2 mixes, and we were talking about like which mix is better. And the only reason I chose Theodore for the most part was because I pay for the mix, might as well use it. So I told Tobias back then like, yeah, it sounds all right. And then Tobias said, yeah, if I had my drum set, I would re-record the whole drums. And I said, can you send me a video of you playing the drums one day? And he said, yeah. And then he forgot about it. And then years later, I messaged him being like, you play drums, right? Yeah. You said you could play those creatures? Yeah. Want to join the band? Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the history.
Yeah. That is great. And I've seen like live videos of you guys on YouTube, and you guys sound just equally live as you do on CD. And I would wish you would all come to the States to play. I would love to see you. I would have to, if not, I would have to like find a way to get to Norway to see you. I have a passport, so I'm all set.
Oh,
appreciate it.
Yeah, but I feel like there are some possibilities. Like there's this festival, because I live like in Atlanta, near north of Atlanta, Georgia, in the USA. Say there's this festival called Pagefire that has a lot of like mostly progressive metal bands and power metal bands. I feel like you guys would definitely fit that bill.
Didn't your partner tell you about that festival, Andre?
Might have been a different festival.
I think Pagefire. It sounds familiar.
Yeah,
I've seen a lot of Norwegian bands playing there earlier, like Circus Maximus, Pagan's Minds.
There's this one band called Green Carnation that has, I have to guess, the former bassist of Emperor plays in that band.
Yeah,
Green Carnation. Yeah.
Yeah, and I know Ishan's played there, and it's also there, and it's not just like power metal bands. They also have melodic death metal bands. Like I know like Hypocrisy and Scar Symmetry have played there once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we do wish we could play outside of Norway. Right now, the problem is we are an independent band, so we're kind of stuck with what we got. So we are using Oslo both to build our reputation in the country and also to train ourselves to play on stages. And we have been thinking of seeking out some labels to maybe see if we can get to a wider reach for concert and such, but that's currently in the future since we're right now working on the 3rd album.
Ooh, an exclusive here, folks.
Yes.
Yeah, but kind of also like in the end to sort of wrap things up, what's next for Pagefire and Necronomicon? Have you got any more like how to make videos planned? Like what are some of the future plans, if you all are allowed to say?
I want to keep the next one private because I've actually been teasing it on Twitch. I've been writing the main song on Twitch just to see if people could guess it, and so far no one has. So, Andre, twitch.tv/Andrew1Pagefire.
But yeah, it was great to be able to chat with you guys, and like I said, been a fan of you guys for 5 years, and it's great to have you all on, be the first ever Pagefire interview, especially from somebody that's from America, that'd be like, wow, somebody else outside of Norway knows about us.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Thank you.
Yeah, so everybody, the Pagefire crew, and we'll see you next time.